I just thought.
How you guys, ladies and gentlemen, doing? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Khalil Allen. No, I'm just playing, aka Preach, and this is the new founded podcast, No Smoke.
No smoke, no smoke.
You're gonna look at us and like, why did that bastard just lie to us?
You
They
niggas
clearly
don't want it.
smoking. Every prop in this video is from Party City, including my pipe. Because Gandalf looked real fly with his, and I just couldn't resist. I am part creator of the podcast. The co-creators of this are sitting to my right and my left. My brother Sam here, and my family brother Curly Charles, aka Curly Charles. Call him nothing else but Curly Charles. We have a couple disclosures, of course, that this is a rated R/PG-13 podcast. There will be some fanny uses from certain individuals.
Should you say everybody but you?
Right. Well, I don't want to accidentally slip up and they be like, he a lion or something. Anyway, please be advised, if you are under the age of like 17, you know what I'm saying, you are at your own consequence of what you hear and listen to. There will be some very sensitive topics that might come up that might trigger or offend certain people. We want to give all respect to those. If it is a trigger, we ask that you please turn off. To anyone that is affected by sexual assault or sexual harassment, there will be a topic that brings that up. So we want to respect you and at least give you the fair warning that that will come up. But other than that is, the rest of that is, we're all slow. Let's go. Let's roll. Let's roll.
I asked to that. I asked to that.
We asked.
I'm piping up for that.
First topic, life in Indy.
We're gonna talk about life in Indy, coming from me, from my perspective. 2 go is it? You drop tight.
Mm-hmm.
Word. PK, that's plus floor. Alright. It's green.
Sam, that's +8.
Well, you can't, nigga. That's not even your
We're not
turn.
This is why we established
too much focus.
First of all, we established cut before we talk. Then y'all got mad at how it worked. Y'all not gonna keep yelling at me.
Okay, so first off, we need to stop the podcast because PK is 20 years old. It's 2019. This nigga's never played Uno.
Whoa!
I'm confused. She just told me he never played Uno.
PK. Act like you know what you're doing, bro.
Look, draw 4. You gotta draw 4 and then you gotta put on a green, Charles. Back to life in Indy. Damn. Alright, cuz. You know what I'm saying? From my perspective, I grew up on the west side of Indy, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in a good area too, you know what I'm saying? Right outside of Avon. And then I grew up like 2 minutes from BD High School.
I know I ain't shooting, nigga.
All spoke squares either, I'm just, you know what I'm saying?
Good voice.
Niggas ain't got no blood. Life in Indy was cool, you know what I'm saying? I grew up in a good areas. The only thing is, Indy's whack. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got love for Indy, but everybody know Indy not where you trying, right? Indy not where you trying to be at with the shit that I'm doing, the shit that we doing, you know what I'm saying? So we make music. Life in Indy was cool and all, but we trying to get out, you know what I'm saying? You trying to get money. You trying to go straight to ATL.
It's like you like going back, but you don't like being there too.
Exactly. Like Indy's hard to get like love, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much hate in Indy. There's hate everywhere, everybody know that, but at the end of the day it's like I come from Indy, so
you gotta love it.
Color green.
You gotta love it your own way, but you got niggas that, especially when you from there, they want to take you out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas from your own city don't like you the most. So, like, I get mostly love, like, I'm out here in Bloom, you know what I'm saying? I get most love really out here in Bloom, like, compared to India at least. Like,
bro, that's just a mind, but that's just because
just,
that's all we know. All we know is to tear each other down, bro. That's my thing, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
I want. God damn, bitch.
Oh, this nigga.
Alright, somebody else.
PK, life in Indy.
It's damn near your deal, bro. Because you're on the second round. You next.
Oh, that's right.
You know.
That's tough.
Life in Indy.
Oh,
yeah, it was cool. It was real stagnant for a while, real chill. I mean, once you got to high school, that shit was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Definitely kind of weird.
Bro, you went to Avon High School?
Yeah.
Definitely went to,
Yeah,
we
I
went to West Side.
I knew some people that went to Avon.
Where you go, bro?
I went to Warren.
Oh, where?
Doug C.
Doug C.
In fact, I knew you and Warren on everything. I thought we chopped that up.
I hate
Warren, though.
Doug C. Where you go, Preach? Where you go?
Yeah, Preach, where you go?
I went to no wins, Meridian, except in golf.
Yeah.
Why that?
That's wider than
That
Avon.
2,500.
That's wider than Avon, cuz.
That 2,500 students off the bus coming from a private Christian school.
Oh, that's a private school.
No. That private Christian school's graduating class was 22 people. I got off sophomore year, 2,500 people got off the bus. I said, Mom, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die getting in the door.
Talking about only 22 graduated?
Yeah, but that's not the top. We're not gonna dawn on that.
Nah, congratulations, nigga.
You know, you
You was the one of the 22.
Y'all slow. The school's graduating class when I left was 22 people. My graduating class was 500.
Ah, I take my ass back.
I told you that too. This was 1 out of 5.
First of all, I'm in college. First one to do it. In my immediate family.
Right. You did right.
Chop that
get
beard
our ass back
before
there.
you come to me.
You did right. I give you that. I give you that. You did right.
Line your beard up before you come for me, dude. Wolverine looking dude.
They just got lined up yesterday.
Couldn't. Oh, dang, you can
Oh,
see a
they
little.
Hey,
Tell them at least you
ain't
got
look
one,
long
Sam.
enough. Huh?
Tell them at least you got one.
Baby face.
Get out.
Being growing up, not growing up, going to school in Bloomington, being a working student.
Oh, I got it. I got the perfect answer for everybody.
Alright.
It's hell, but it's free. Go next.
What about for the people that's not free? And they
It's
no,
hell.
even though it might be free, but you still gotta do shit. You still gotta live.
It's
man.
hell.
You
All
talking about
around.
working and being a student.
Working and being.
It's hell. Hell. Let's move forward. No, I'm just playing. I mean, but it's great. It's hell, but it's great.
That's great. It's some good experience.
It's a wonderful experience.
Without a doubt, man, you know what I'm saying? With every, like, you know what I'm saying, like, new stage, you know what I'm saying? College is a new stage for niggas. Whatever new stage, there's gonna be all these new opportunities, so, like, it's gonna be hell no matter what, you know what I'm saying? So, it's really just about how you take care of it, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they can't work and do school. Some people just have to do school, you know what I'm saying? But we out here chasing, you know what I'm saying?
Both.
Doing both, you know what I'm saying? You gotta chase the money, we chasing the music, we trying to, you know what I'm saying, push this brand, you know what I'm saying? I got a brand, it's called Dope Shit Entertainment. And, you know what I'm saying? Nigga got a brand, Dope Shit
We
Entertainment.
gonna do that
You
name.
Plug, nameless
know what I'm
plug.
saying? We make music, we got a tape dropping, matter of fact, next Saturday called Lethal Weapon. My boy PK produced the whole tape. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 tracks on there, 10 fresh tracks.
I ain't even mad at it.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
we were gonna do that at the end.
General though,
So
is
what we
this-
in with now, Nico?
you got school. I got 3
Goodbye.
cars. I need more
They
cars.
said say it twice.
Look.
Cause they forget after so long.
Bro, since I've been down here, you know what I'm saying, definitely the most I run into the boys. You know what I'm saying? I run into the boys. Me and him, he know. You know what I'm saying? We just got bad luck.
Bro, I thought that was bad, bro. You see
Yeah,
a cop car
niggas
in
got
5
head.
seconds, but
Swear.
this shit right
Niggas thought not
they
was
ain't
bad
got
until...
nothing to do besides fuck with people.
I saw one giving a seminar in class, and I left.
Yes.
It was the wrong class, thankfully, but I was leaving anyway.
We got pulled over. Me and my boy got pulled over one time for what was it? The license plate light was out. Bro, they got y'all for the same.
Bro, just
Bro,
some
they
dumb
be
shit,
all that shit, bro.
Just some
Especially-
little shit, bro.
Bro, they be all that shit.
And then out here, bro, they be cadets, you know what I'm saying? They be students.
Yeah.
And then these motherfuckers...
Hey, hold on.
They got some-
Shout out to the real
Shout
cadets.
out my
of the
nigga
world.
Herbo, Deontay Bowen, that's a cadet though. I fuck with him. He black and he joined the police
Shout out
forces.
Jasmine.
And
Shout out
to him just for
Deontay.
making
Shout
changes. You know
out
what I'm saying?
Ross. Shout out all
My
the
boy
people.
Ross.
Shout out all
Hey.
the graduates of the program.
Hey.
Bro, what are we doing right now?
Right?
Being
Back to boys though.
The
You know what I'm
boys.
saying? The feds, you run into the feds out here, they students, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you run into some that like understand that they're
Yeah.
running into another student that is going through, you know what I'm saying, whatever they're going through in a situation, and they got their own leniences. And of course, you know what I'm saying, you wanna do what you do and you got something to do it. But other students, you know what I'm saying, be trying to fed niggas like they not students too. That's why I don't get I don't get why students be like niggas know motherfuckers out here smoking weed. This is sounds. They just be on bullshit, bro. They just be on bull. Yeah, bro. Like
White
we not.
people, bro, all they
Yeah.
smoke, bro, they be doing some Apple Wall shit.
They be
bro.
doing acid
just
and
some
codes,
white
nigga,
people,
and they
all
put on
that,
that
bro.
police form, and then they try to
I
get
had a
me
nigga-
from my
yeah,
little
bro.
green.
I had a white boy come into CVS, bro. This nigga came in, he had like snot running down his nose.
Sorry,
And shit.
and Breach faces like, yo,
Oh,
what is
what
this
the
nigga?
fuck?
Hey,
None of this shit.
Hey,
What
tell
about
me
you?
why I went to class one time. Dude came in, sat right next to me, still had the powder on his nose. I was like, whoa.
These white.
Whoa.
Hold on,
I was like, whoa.
Hey, time out real quick. Who shuffled?
What you mean?
Preach, there was 2 wild cards at the beginning of this shuffle.
Yo.
That was
Martin.
Are you
All right.
Martin Malcolm?
Yeah, are you Martin Malcolm in the political things? Here we go. Here, Preach, get up.
Wait, talk.
Go ahead, man.
Y'all heard? He said,
Not really. I mean, you got with the. Are you Martin or Malcolm? Well, you got to remember where they position. To me, position is everything. Like, if I was Martin, like, you got to remember what Martin did.
Yeah.
He went with what was long lasting.
Yeah.
His solution was the long game. See, it don't take nothing to be violent. It's quick, it triggers off. It don't take nothing to be violent.
Are you?
You can get quick results
Do
being
you
violent.
feel like Malcolm was violent?
Malcolm X?
Yeah.
He was violent, but he had great reason to validate.
I don't think he was so much violent. He was just.
Name me one actual violent thing that he did.
I mean, you take the Black Panther gunfights that would stand up. You take around the riots that they promote. It was where they would beat up certain individuals. But like I said, his logic though, you have to be that position to understand.
But he didn't support. He didn't say go out and beat up.
Yeah, he wasn't saying.
I'm not saying he preached violence.
I know,
but his result in the logic in which he is.
He basically just said for don't take no shit.
He said
right, but think of where we was at.
I mean, I understand that, Priest, but without people who have that way of thinking, we wouldn't have got nowhere.
Here's the thing.
We all did it.
Here's the thing. That's solid. That is solid. We wouldn't have got nowhere. I'm not saying that his movement at all was pointed. Malcolm X, he had a really great idea of they look at us as stupid, and if we submit to them thinking that we're stupid, then therefore we have accepted that we are dumb. He fought the fight. Martin Luther King fought the long game. That's why when I say comparing, if you're both, everybody needs a little bit of both of them. You need to know how to stand your ground when it is necessary. When you're at that point where, you know what, I've held my peace, but you're going to do it regardless. So hold my peace isn't enough. Let me go ahead and show you that I'm not as weak as you think. I just don't give you my defense just whenever you declare it needs to be done. I will defend myself when necessary. I think sometimes it went to a point where it wasn't necessary, where there was some moments where we could have stood our ground, but there were some moments in the stay in your peace where at some point it wasn't enough.
What was it? Selma? That shit, man. When I watched
for us,
movie,
that's
not even a little. That's only a little bit of what probably
right. It's a very minor piece. And what was a priest? A pastor was killed for just standing with them.
I think in terms of like, are you Martin or Malcolm? I feel like honestly, really, we should try to be a balance of both. Honestly,
yeah.
I feel like you shouldn't choose if you stand with one against the other. I feel like honestly, they both brought. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro.
Great.
I don't know.
And what's funny is,
I be Malcolm all day. I'll probably be Malcolm all day because I rather, bro. I
understand why you would say that.
I say that shit like I know y'all. I don't know in y'all past experience, but I seen that shit firsthand. Like it's just like you gotta fight back.
It's just saying Martin brought aspects that Malcolm didn't bring, and vice versa. Malcolm was, you know what I'm saying? We need to take a stand. Don't let nobody give you no shit and defend yourself. Martin, on the other hand, was pretty much not the same extent Malcolm was. He just be smart about it. You take a stand for yourself, but don't do nothing stupid to get yourself killed.
Look at where Malcolm's stand got so far. But at a certain point, all that fighting led to death.
That's true.
But Martin did too.
And
Martin's led
that's the point.
But Martin's death led to, we're going to stand here and we're going to be still.
Y'all gonna do it. Y'all gonna have to show the world.
Y'all gonna have to show how much hatred y'all actually have. But we're gonna show how much peace we actually have. And he said it best. Peace is the long-lasting answer. Think if they would have fought back in those sit-ins. Then sit-ins have no power. We told you these niggas were violent. We told you they're ignorant. They're fighting our people.
But he's just saying, bro. He's just saying, if they put their hands on you, you got every right to put your hands back. He's not saying go out there.
Take the current day, because that's the response for a lot of cases now. When a black man gets pulled over by an officer, let's not take the prejudice off the back racist officer, the bigot in some sense that we are automatically alert for. Like you said, you and PK get pulled over with the same type of energy that we have to deal with just as brothers. But let's take the dude who, the officer puts his badge on and loads his gun properly, puts the safety clip, keeps one clip in, one bullet in the chamber, puts the badge on and says, I will protect and serve. He pulls a young African-American male, female over because something is actually going on. And now he has to deal with the terror of their terror. of being so afraid they're gonna die. And now they're ready to fight, and why the you pull me over, and no, I got my Instagram live going, and this is the man that was coming to say, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, you're driving and you're speeding, I just wanted to make sure you will get home safe. Young man actually dealt with that 2 years back. The officer said he was so afraid that I was coming to corrupt the system of justice I swore to protect. He went off before I could even tell him. I was just making sure he was okay because I have kids as well.
That's a valid point.
So the fight response, it is valid, but it is not always necessary. And I think somewhere down the line with Malcolm, fight became always essential to the ones that were molded to it. At some point, Black Panther houses were getting raided because they have lethal weapons that on the ready.
All they was doing was protecting their community.
And don't get me wrong, if no one else would protect, then who would?
Exactly. So,
But at a certain point, look at the community. These weren't just men and women who were working, who were racing pro. These are kids sitting underneath AK-47.
but they was just teaching them. That's all. But they
And at the time,
early age,
systematically, right. And don't get me wrong, and systematically, that's what they wanted us to be left with. Violence. We need these to protect us because no one else will. That's what they want us to stay with. Make no mistake about it. That's what they still want. We are academic scholars in college, one of the most top 10 elite PWIs in the country. And they still want niggas to look like those niggas are nigger. Those niggas got no brains.
It's just fucked up because when you look at a white man, with a gun holding him right on his hip, what do you think? First thing you think? Really?
Really?
Now,
What I think
black dude, you think when you see now really you gotta think, you gotta take it into a whole different perspective. Go into like you go into the hood. You see a black dude with a gun, long little clip on and everything, bro. What's your first mindset? You kind of nervous. You get a little nervous. Do you not?
I'm in the wrong mood.
I mean, no.
And I probably need to get the heck out of here. I see a gun.
God, man, he got that so he can protect himself.
Well, you gotta remember who
all
I
the
am.
time,
I am a person who believes in the license to carry. I'm a person who believes you should have the right to say what you want to say, as long as it is not intent of hatred. As long as it is not intent to hurt others intentionally. Say what you feel, but have respect when you say it. But that ain't written in the Constitution. And I gotta remember that I run from guns because when that man wrote a license to carry in freedom of speech, he wasn't talking about me.
Hell no.
When they were talking about me, they were talking about 3/5 of a human being. That I'm a full person, but you don't give me full person credit. Like it's like a bad professor on an assignment that you know I knew what I was doing about. Like I don't. So I go by this. I go by the God who was writing for all people. Few shall make it. So, you know, we get big on that.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I got a whole different perspective about that. If you weren't gonna make it, how you feel about it being heaven on earth though after? Because that's your mindset. Because I know certain churches only believe in like heaven, but it's not gonna be heaven on earth. It's gonna be
so what's the exact
when it's gonna be
question?
So all right, when it's gonna be Armageddon, what do you think is gonna happen after that?
No, it ain't no secret.
It's written.
I know it's written.
No.
But what do we believe?
He gonna burn.
This
He's
is my
going
next.
to.
All right,
Go ahead.
My bad, man. With the it is written. All right, who read it though? Who wrote it? Who wrote it? Like who's the publisher? Those are white men. Those are people. Those are men.
So you gotta remember who originally wrote it, and that's written.
But how you know they ain't changed it?
And guess what? And then you gotta remember
That's
that,
faith.
and
Faith.
that's faith. Like there's a history on the authentication of the Bible, and this is the history I had to actually look up and get into. Do you know that the Bible is the most authenticated version of any book in history of this world? And authenticated means copied by handwritten. It has 0 contradiction. It is the most authenticated copy of a book that has been rewritten over 5,000 times before printing press was created. So that means they had 5,000 re-authenticated series, which is just however many more of the series they wrote before it, with no contradiction. So that means thousands of years, multiple centuries, where this same book was rewritten by one individual from the original individuals. And the Bible, the Hebrew version, it's huge.
Those publisher companies that make those Bibles.
Now
you go in one if you really wanted to, like if you work there, you could change. If you change the word, you can go in and change the word in the Bible, bro.
Right. And I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you
See,
gonna get right.
no,
That's illegal.
I don't. No. I don't base my faith off of what I have just heard or what I've just written. I don't even base my faith off of what I've just seen. I go by the life I live. I've called on the name.
Okay.
I've said his name in the mirror. I've seen the miracle. I am a living testament that when me and my mother flipped, the only thing she said before her side completely smashed down was Jesus. But there are those questions. I've had this conversation, and at a certain point, there was a time where I really couldn't accurately defend it.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I had to pray. I'm like, Lord, people really think man can corrupt your word and get it on the mass field. I said, what do I say to that? He said, this is what you say. You can't base it off of what everybody else went through. What everybody else, you got to tell them what I've done for you. My mother's whole card, her side. I mean, bro, like if you took the two pieces of paper and folded it,
bro.
And the only name that she could think to scream mid-air, like we're in mid-air upside down, is Jesus.
Mom already know.
Bro, I had to climb out the car, and I'm trying to get to my mother because there's no way she's gotten out of that part of the car by herself. It's smashed down. Bro, I ran past my mama trying to get to my mama. No scratches, no bruises. The tow man called, like, I've been doing this 30 years. This accident, both are dead. There's no survivors. How are y'all two still just walking around scot-free? I've challenged that word. I've challenged that word. No weapon formed against me. I have been weaponized and targeted. And I've watched the very people target me fail in pure. I'm here. I never make
This is my problem. Is with trusting people. That's the only
I don't
thing.
blame you.
Don't
bro.
trust it. Oh, look.
But
Don't
I've seen shit that made me no, there's a God and everything. I know, I
Right,
trust
right.
it. It's been I've been like, I know, I understand that
Mhm.
God is definitely out there, but we are walking miracles, every one of us. But it's
we
just
live, we live in a world where that
hard.
it's hard. But I never, when he said the road to heaven is narrow and you shall make it, he never said it's narrow and it's gonna be easy to depict this.
That's why it's narrow.
Faith without work is dead. Now, check the literal translation. What does work feel like?
You said what is work?
What does work feel like?
Oh,
What
yeah.
is getting up at 9 a.m.? You gotta pull an 8-hour shift,
Hell.
and but you will
20
work
hours
for
a
that.
week.
But you will work for that check.
For a week ass check, it's gonna be gone in like
You gotta
9 days.
save. You gotta save for your
I
rent.
know, I'm talking about bills, man.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I had to close last night. Me and
Oh
Cliff was in
my
there
God.
working. And you know what gets me? I will sit here and work for a monetary amount here that'll give me little things. And when it comes to my face, some days I tell you, I could be in it for a few minutes and I'm ready because that stuff takes work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You gotta fight your demons off. You gotta sustain your faith. And then if you mess up, God forbid you mess up and you gotta sleep with that conscience, you gotta still be like, you know what, Lord, I trust that you love me enough that you'll let me get another shot at it. There's been some nights where I didn't deserve to wake back up. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, told God, look, Lord, at this point, I get it. You know? But, I mean, as far as that question, you know, this is what you do. Go in the room, shut the door, turn off the lights. You really doubt Jesus. You really want to answer that book, call on him directly. It's a simple call. It's a quick dial. And wait till he answers you. Because, look, he don't fail. So, y'all do this.
Period.
Y'all, oh.
All right.
Look, go ahead, man. Can I answer you? Man,
All right.
answer that on me.
All right.
Lord, don't fail
Next
me.
topic.
Wait, can I answer the question?
Yeah, go ahead,
My
go
answer's
ahead.
real quick. My answer's real quick.
Look, we don't got no time on this
Yeah,
thing. We're gonna let it rock.
Well, this is basically how I feel. Because, I mean, because going back to the question, I don't even know if y'all remember, but it was.
Were you Martin or Malcolm?
Yeah,
That was
yeah,
the original question.
Exactly. So my answer.
Hey, his stuff transitioned. That priest didn't do that time.
But it turns into the exact perfect thing. Is basically where I'm going at. It's like Martin or Michael is like. No hands. Malcolm or Martin, no hands. No one. Anyway, so look, Martin or Malcolm is simple as this though. Is like Malcolm is like you're human, and then Martin's like your spirit. Because this is how I believe is like I'll probably do Malcolm actions, but my heart is always Martin. Because
Okay.
You don't want to hurt.
Jesus.
You don't want to do violence.
you
really
do
don't.
though. It's just like I'm saying, it's natural. Like me, like I am cap, bro. Like sometimes I think I'm fucked up.
You just want to do.
I be wanting to do
lash
bad,
out.
like shit, like lash out, cause you go through shit you go through stuff as a human. So like naturally you get emotions, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta like.
It's real shit, bro. It's harder because too, bro. You black, young black male, bro.
Me.
And
So your action
in this area, yeah, bro. In this area, it's hard to also react how you want to react all the time. Bro. You know what I'm saying? You're funny. You put yourself in like in a classroom situation. Your professor says something that's just like. I remember like this was so small, but this like made me like mad hot, like to an extent. Slick shit, where it made me just want to like lash out, bro. But it's like the professor. I was in this music class, right? And we're talking about like older music, and I remember they were talking about Tupac, bro. And all I remember is like she kept calling him Tupac, like she kept calling him Tupac. She was like Tupac, blah blah. She just kept talking about how he was just like some gangster, blah blah. Like she didn't get a nigga no type of. She don't know nothing about it. You feel me? So I'm hearing this, and I'm in this mode like. My Malcolm is like ready to just like eat her alive, just like be like, what are you like? You know what I'm saying? Just like just go in on her, right? But then
I'm about to eat her alive.
For real, you don't play about that bullshit, like especially about no like.
Hey, shout out Young Thug. He got you on this wall. We coming. We coming.
And then you know what I'm saying, but like you said, the Martin, you just want to be like, yo, I forgive her because she don't understand. She's ignorant. She's in a place where she can't understand too. Like
I was talking about a girl. She was like, we was talking about something like that, and we just like, she was just explaining to me like, not everybody gonna think like that. Like you want people to be like, you know, understand, bro, that everybody comes different.
Yeah,
but even all through it, bro. Even though like niggas, all right, I don't go for the gay scene like that. But I don't really I'm cool.
Alright,
cool.
Look. But I'm gonna have to speak on that because Nia been coming at me all kinds of
because
shout out to the queens of the room.
Because
baby, I want you to know I didn't start this one.
All right.
Y'all think y'all got it bad.
Let's say this right now. Ain't nobody bashing no gay.
No, I have no problem with gay people at all. Live your life, do what you want to do.
Yeah.
But look, here's my thing. All I've ever said was, if you are a gay man, okay, me as a straight man, I do not want that, you know what I'm saying, pushed onto me or in any kind of way. So
Not
it's
every
like
man is gonna think like that though, bro.
And I understand that. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, me as a straight man, I love women. All right, I want to be with a woman. So if a gay man comes up to me and is, you know what I'm saying, trying to feel on me or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't want that projected onto me. You know what I'm saying? Do what you want to do. Be who you want to be with. Live your life. Do whatever you want to do.
So all right. Do y'all think personally y'all homophobic?
I don't want to say I'm homophobic, but I'm just saying that I don't want that projected onto me as a straight man. So here's, for example, say you have a son, right? And as a straight man, you want your son to be straight. You're gonna do everything you can to prevent him being gay. But if your son does come out gay, are you still gonna love him as your son? Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's how I just put it. If my son came out gay, I shit.
You gonna love your son regardless.
I just gotta love him.
You're gonna accept him for who he is.
Yes. Am I gonna take measures to be like, really, I'm not gonna take measures to push him to not be gay because that.
It's not preventing him from being gay. It's just that as a straight man, as his father.
But even if you show that or do stuff like that, even if they wasn't going down, becoming.
It's hard to win. I got what you're saying.
This is what I've learned. I'm telling you. I might go down. Shoot. Coming from a father who for real, like it ain't even realness. It ain't about being careful. See, that's part of the problem. Trying to be careful.
Trying to be too careful.
If I was a homosexual individual, a gay man, somebody come up to me and say, "I'm trying to be careful with what you." Yeah, I'm offended off that. Because this is what I've learned that I lost. I mean, my girl dripped my grandma, my mama, like, you sound judgmental. Yeah. And if you sound judgmental, you gotta check your motives because you got for real. When we talk about flesh and soul, this is what made me calm down. I care less if you gay, straight, homosexual, bisexual, transgender. I really do. At this point, I could care less at this point. We can have a conversation. We can talk. If you need prayer, we can pray. Because this is what I had to remember. If God can love me through all of my shiitake and all of my mess and all of my flaws and all of my sins.
You
Hey,
get a long ass.
I'm not
to that one.
judging
You get a long
nobody.
ass to that one.
Yo,
With my
Long
demons
ass.
I'm not.
and my upsets and my
All the
flaws,
shit we done.
bro,
all
my
our
deception, my
lives,
lies.
Who are any of us to judge?
Exactly. No, I judge not thy brethren, for it is my job, and me alone who shall judge them. But in spite, love thy brethren even more than you love yourself. We are in a world now to where any little thing sparks hatred.
Oh yeah.
And if you're not careful, you can get sold on it, and you're not even a hateful individual. I got sold on that, bro. I can't. And I'll be honest, I'm gonna admit to it. I was the main one in the group. No team dingling. Like, that's what I was on. It's so disrespectful. Now that I look
It
back.
really, when you look back,
Yeah,
it really
is
is.
disrespectful, and I'm glad we brought it up because I had to remember I've seen someone that I know get bashed for being gay, and
That changed our whole
his
perspective.
imagery of a human being had got completely disregarded. Had nothing to do with the gayness.
Mm-hmm.
Scratch that. That sounds. But do you get what I'm saying? Him being homosexual or the activity of that of being a gay man had not being a gay. I have gay female friends.
Nope, we don't do that. That's one thing I caught. Hey, everybody else gonna give me dap for this. Niggas don't do that. Black people, we can't be like, I got gay friends. You know why? Because then we sound like them. We'll be like, I got black friends. And they hate that.
Oh,
Don't say that.
Hey,
Don't-
okay.
I got
please.
friends
I got.
in the
Don't say
community.
that. Yeah.
I got friends.
But we still can't be. We gotta just be
Look,
like,
I
hey,
got
I know
friends.
gay people. Simple as this. Blah blah. You can't just be like, I got gay friends. Like, I
And
hate that because
the
that's
reason why is because you
because-
distinguish the fact that they have to
Right,
be gay
all right,
versus
Exactly.
just
It's
being
just like
your
literally,
friends.
exactly. It's just like a black friends
Hey,
thing.
if y'all ain't learned nothing else about no smoke, if
Yeah.
y'all don't learn nothing else about no smoke, that we are here not only to talk about the issues, but we're here to bring solutions to
To
which
make it
we
right.
withhold.
Yeah.
So to everybody in the homosexual community, I hope that's proper. If it's not, comment below. Come on, teach us. But we all human beings.
Because I was told there's a spectrum, and I just don't know the.
Yeah.
I really like.
For real.
I'm not gonna lie.
It is,
When it comes to stuff like that, I am
It's getting
Hey, and bro, I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I'm ignorant to
I'm
a lot
ignorant
of
when it comes to
things.
stuff like that.
But
you know,
like Latinos, I found out that's no longer the general
No, it's
term.
like-
Yeah, no,
Latinx, it's
no.
Latinx.
Yeah.
My girl, yeah,
I learned that on Netflix. Shout out
yeah,
Gabriel Iglesias because you schooled her, bro.
Shout out Elon.
My best
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
is Hispanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. But at the gist of it though, to speak on that, because that was something came up with my big sis. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to take my son being gay. Like, what as a man?
Now, me and you're, I mean,
But-
I don't know
but-
y'all's
and that's
like
changed.
position, but we're in a different
Right.
position now.
Right,
too.
but that's
We in the
changed.
same, but at the
It's
Right.
it's like how we believe in our faith though too.
Right,
Like,
exactly.
it's why
Now look, this
Okay,
is
go ahead.
and
I was talking to
and
him,
Big, and
yeah.
Big C, Chris, shout out PVO,
Yup.
Fat Positive
Mhm.
Vibes Only in
Yup.
here. My brother, they were doing shout out Level Up. You know, I was at their last event. For real, show respect, bro. I was at they making moves, y'all making power moves.
Massive shout
Y'all inspire a lot
Shout
in this
out
room.
dope shit. Yo.
Hey, for real, shout out dope stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So
What I'm saying is, what he said in the intro, there are some things that he don't see as okay, but he will respect
Yeah.
at the highest level with love and positivity every individual that walks up in this earth.
That's
Period. And that your son being
That's how- if I
homosexual,
had a
it shouldn't matter. That's your son.
Yeah,
God
exactly.
said raise them in the way that they should go, and they shouldn't depart. He never said raise them, and then if they gay, you know, bring them in, look at them, you know, I try to get them out of it.
Amen.
None of that other stuff. I'm not saying as
It
a man
says-
you don't set your standards as a man. You don't provide for your family like a man is. You don't show your faith like a man is supposed to. But Jesus didn't leave the judging in our job description. He didn't leave the judging in our role as individuals. He left the love.
Yeah.
Why? Because he loved us so much that he gave his son
Amen.
so that love will be waged.
Amen.
And in the world today, and I'm being ready to be finished because I'm talking a lot. But
We gonna move on to the next
Yeah,
part. You got
and-
something?
No, we don't.
in this world today, man, we get sold so much on the stuff we see fit
Swear.
that we forget that ain't none of this about us. God is supposed to be glorified. This is an advice. Shout out my big sis Debbie. God is supposed to be glorified
Amen.
in your situation, despite how you feel about it.
Yeah.
Your son decides that
That's
being
why-
a straight individual is
Yeah.
not his route, then you thank God that he's loving. Thank God that he's caring. Thank God. He's supposed to get glory for that. Like, all right, Lord, show me how to love him.
Amen.
When we have you can disagree. You can disagree. I'm pretty sure.
No, like basically to wrap this
Yeah,
up
sum
is
that
that
up. The stasis. Shout out.
you know what I'm saying?
Public speaking.
When it comes to the topic of like, you know what I'm saying, homosexuality, and is that we all I believe, you know what I'm saying, like we all, you know what I'm saying, are irrespective of anybody's situation, because we believe that nobody should be judged, period. And that's just, you know what I'm saying, how we gonna walk this earth. And then of that, you know what I'm saying? My G, what's the next topic, bro?
Alright.
Oh, this is one
Okay,
Sam been
y'all
waiting
want to
on.
do LeBron and Jordan?
No,
Y'all want to skip that to R. Kelly?
Oh,
AB.
yeah.
AB. Alright, AB.
As you guys can tell, we have a multitude of
Man,
controversial
this
topics.
thing's an hour long, but watch it, because it's about to be good. Now I'm gonna go since I talked the most, and I'm gonna let them flow.
Let's get into this man, AB, Antonio Brown.
As a psychological profession, that's what I'm taking as a minister, and especially as a motivational speaker. No, that's one not greater than the other, but especially as a minister, especially as a motivational speaker, especially as a hopefully future psychologist. You don't look at this situation. I was talking to my mentor, and you just say, well, damn, that came out of nowhere. Because it didn't. And I have a high grind my gears when people who think that this stuff's just brand spanking new. I got a high grind my gears when I look at the coaching staffs and y'all sitting there acting like this type of stuff just threw y'all off by surprise. I'm not saying that the case didn't throw him off.
He got he got like 2017 one. He got a case from 2017.
Right, this stuff don't just come. You don't be normal. You don't be the number one player in the game. You don't be positive AB. Everybody loves you. You the great.
Bring it up though,
Right. They gon' flip it. But you don't go from that to just out of nowhere he raped me. Out of nowhere he sexually assaulted me. Out of nowhere here's a bunch of files where this Negro threatens me that I'm gonna do what he said or he gonna ruin my. And don't get me wrong, I don't excuse AB's behavior because I am one of those who, the threads, you did send those tweets. You did threaten that female. And studies and life will prove that if you did one,
You gonna do it again?
you most likely did the other.
I ain't even gonna cat with y'all. As we get into this AB, there was so much going on with this nigga. After this nigga got the first little, you know what I'm saying?
Bro, they just started rolling.
I haven't been up to this. I don't know nothing about no tweets. I don't know nothing about no nothing. I gotta get caught up to date. I don't even know.
Bro, like
I just now heard that there was a second girl that said something.
Okay, so what was the first one you heard about? The most recent one or the 2017
just the
one?
first. No, like I don't even know no dates. All I heard was when he got charged and then the Patriots. Yeah, when he went to Patriots and then they were like, "What we gonna do with him?" That's all I knew. Then I stopped.
Okay.
Paying attention.
Do y'all feel like, alright,
because media did make it seem like
just for allegations though, do y'all feel like damn,
For you feel like you should
feel like, dude, you feel like
fired?
he should lose his job for that?
For allegations, I don't.
It depends on what
I feel
I
okay. I feel like he should have been suspended, not cut from the team because of the fact that it's simply allegations. If they have proof, you raped this girl.
What you suspended for?
You know what I'm saying? But suspend him because of the fact that you don't know.
no, you good.
That's just simply because you don't know if it's true or not. So you can't have this man playing on the field in front of your fans, repping your franchise.
It makes sense.
You know what I'm
At the end of the
saying?
day, if it is true, they're gonna be like, "Y'all let that nigga play."
Yeah, like that's gonna
he
come
scored
back
and
negative on
then
the
a touchdown.
Patriots.
But hold on.
You feel me?
And this is where, I mean, we get down there interchanging with the point I'm getting ready to make. That's a thin line.
Shoot,
It's a very
It's so thin. Because look,
that's why.
but regardless, like you, but this ain't nothing new. It's low key systematic, but to whatever big name or whatever African American male, whatever male is out there, I will say this: there ain't no fire if you don't start no smoke. There ain't none. There ain't no fire unless you start no smoke. Michael Jackson got the stuff, but if he had never been even around them kids in the way he was, fire wouldn't have burned. R. Kelly, if he wasn't messing with 16-year-olds anymore.
No, it's not the same. I'm putting that
that was
right here, right now. That is not the same.
I know, but
Don't you dare compare my
I can't answer that one.
I'm not. Look,
Michael Jackson, we found out them niggas was lying.
Lying like
Hey,
R. Kelly.
Them
R.
niggas was
Kelly,
sick.
that's-
No,
that
hey,
nigga
I
sick.
know Chicago. We know Chicago
Yes.
women.
Yes.
That actually,
They are dead
Hey,
ass.
look.
No.
Did I say
Go ahead,
that nigga
I
was
got what you're
in
saying
it?
though. You're saying he's
No,
saying
I'm
as a
saying
man.
if the man would have never even
Step
went
into
in that
it.
area.
You're agreeing.
Okay,
If you never
okay.
would have, y'all gotta let me finish before y'all
Ladies,
say
no.
no.
We can-
If you don't mess with underage girls in the first place,
And
if you
hey,
grow up
hey,
and stay in your
hey,
area, there's too much
Hey,
grown patootie out there
you
for
could
you
have
to
just
be.
said women. There's too many grown women.
For real, there's too many
He
grown
said
women.
patootie.
But
Maybe I'm just
All right.
speaking my mind. There's too much grown women out there for you to be wanting some kids. My uncle said that stuff. Now we down to AB, bruh. Regardless, you are a professional. Now look, you in the NFL. There's a stigma on African American males in the NFL.
In sports,
And
period.
that's
Sports,
just
period.
in sports period. Ain't that crazy? African Americans make up 80% of NBA and NFL, two of the most watched sports, not only in the country, in the world. But we the ones they gonna target because it's systematic. But we'll do that another day. But you're a professional. Now that man needs mental help. Most of his stuff is a cry for help. We go to class, I read it, went to class, learned so many of the signs this man had already did. Emotional, psychologically, behavioral wise, signs for help. So you can't just expect someone who's crying for help to assess his own type of help. Some of this stuff is helpless. But you also a grown man. He can comprehend right from wrong. He can comprehend stupidity from intelligence.
It does go with R. Kelly because R. Kelly got a mental illness, but at the same time he should know that.
Now here's the thing.
I
R.
know.
Kelly.
That's a difference.
No,
But here's the
I'm being
thing.
molested.
We'll interchange it. We ain't got no rule.
Definitely do.
We ain't got no rule. We're interchangeable. With the R. Kelly thing, he was a victim first. And I've heard so many people bring that up. Same field that I'm in. Took both issues to class. You have to assess each level with its own
This is
time
what-
and credibility.
I know I'm
Credit-
switching
you know-
topics again. Yeah, absolutely.
Credit. Let me finish this because
Go
it's
ahead,
called
go ahead.
credibility. You have to assess each topic with the potential of where it went wrong and what can be solved within one, and then you have to then charge.
Like Davey.
He was a victim first. You handled the victimness. Then he was a predator. Then you handled the predator. Now he is a criminal. So you handle the criminal.
Yeah.
But if you don't ever assess the help
From
first,
the victim.
you now charging a man who could care less about the charge because he don't understand why he's being charged.
No.
Because he don't even, I really don't think R. Kelly understands why he is the way he is.
Yeah.
But he does understand what he's doing. And there is a difference between, there's a
Go ahead.
difference between being crazy and understanding why I'm this way.
Yeah.
There's a difference between wanting 3 relationships with 3 different underage girls and then looking in the mirror and be like, you know what? I'm like this though because I was underage when I was assaulted by my big sis.
You making his shit sound little, but
No, it's huge.
With
It's
3,
I'm-
yeah.
No, I'm,
nigga had a fortress.
no, I'm sorry. Because I don't look. I'm not gonna steer. I'm not gonna
Right.
go. I don't know the exact
Right.
number.
Like
I don't want to be ignorant and be like he had 47 and he had 20. You know, we're not lying in here. But
I agree.
he, I know that he did have that one relationship with the throuple, and they over here talking about they gonna commit suicide. So then you have to look at what he's now created. Yeah, no, they were like, we'll kill ourselves if y'all lock him up. Like, if we can't be with. So now you got
y'all watch
victims.
the documentary?
Yeah.
Surviving R. Kelly.
I watched a little bit of it.
I couldn't.
But that's
I wasn't
gassing.
watching
That's a lot of gassing. I don't like documentaries
But
with
they
no
try-
psych. Because look, no,
He right. They make it.
they making that stuff like these
Yeah.
girls had no comprehension. Like you, 18 years old girl, if you don't leave that hotel
The
room,
older ones are the ones that should have left.
it's like-
you know you ain't. The
But
girls are not that
And
stupid.
see, that's a big problem I had with it was the fact that these girls, even though they were definitely underage, with the comparisons of like when motherfuckers trying to say he's like Michael Jackson and the fact that he's sick, he's fucking with underage kids. Okay, first of all, y'all said that Michael Jackson was fucking little kids.
Yeah,
Okay,
like-
little children who had
And
no
they're
control
boys
over what's
at the
going
time.
on.
And then they tried to say it was
Not.
sick little kids at that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
had no help.
Yeah.
First of all,
Yeah.
y'all gonna come off my king of pop, daggone it. Because a man
Hey,
dead.
hey,
How the
hey,
man got 2 new
hey,
cases in his casket?
hey.
He can't come to trial.
We
They gonna
asked
roll
for
that
that.
dude in the court.
We
Yeah,
asked
we're here,
for that.
we're here to present dead Michael Jackson for case number 123, turning of 2019. If y'all go get some business.
Look, something to say when you said something.
Go ahead.
I want you to finish that though.
Finish that.
Oh,
Go
okay.
back. Then we'll,
Yeah.
Okay,
that.
so no, I was saying in terms of motherfuckers trying to say that he was like Michael Jackson, fucking with sick, young kids,
Yeah.
and the fact that R. Kelly, he's fucking with motherfuckers who are damn near legal. Like,
Yeah.
even though they're
Something.
not legal, but you know what I'm saying,
They're closer
16,
to that age.
17, closer to that age.
I was telling Monte about that nigga and about this nigga. I was like, bro, they 14, 15, 16, 17.
You know what I'm saying?
You know at those
You at 14 years old, you know you're not supposed to be fucking
Now,
with no grown ass man.
I'm not gonna
Wait,
say. No,
wait,
listen,
yeah.
listen,
All right.
let me finish.
Finish,
I'm
and
yeah,
then
we
we
gonna
gonna
meet-
we gonna throw the flag on the weight part. We gonna throw the flag on the weight part. This is a gray area, isn't it?
Go ahead.
I'm just saying. At that age, y'all knew a little bit more. Y'all knew some more about sex. Be honest with you, you knew more about sex probably at 14. Most niggas,
yeah.
I know niggas that got head.
I was getting head at 13.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Go
So
ahead.
you know.
Sorry.
So you
Forgive me, baby. Go ahead.
So you know.
Babe, I thought I signed
know
up
that
for something.
somebody older
I
than you. That's a no. That's a no. But now it's the mindset. Now he's a predator. I know. I understand.
No,
he's a predator.
I got that, but I'm not gonna. Can I just be honest with my own
Be
past?
Go ahead.
Bro, like when I was 16, cause I had old bitches. Excuse my language. Wow. I had like 23-year-old to 25-year-olds trying to fuck me and was fucking me at 16, but I got in trouble. Like my parents, like I got in huge trouble. And I like, when I was 16, bro, I swear to God, it didn't take me until I was 18 to really know, like, I shouldn't have been on that. The only reason I don't blame those little girls is because, not blaming them, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I know y'all not doing
We
that.
got
I'm saying
you.
more
We're working
in the
on our
sense
work,
of,
like-
I don't give them any type of,
Excuse.
no, I don't give them, like, I do give them excuse. I don't give them any type of, like,
leeway because like
What's the
like,
word?
what's the word, right? I'm not harping on them at all, because I know the situation.
We
In
don't.
my head,
We
in
don't.
my head,
I see what
the
you're saying.
shorty was bad, too. R. Kelly is
Kelly's
not
I'm
just,
so sorry.
he's,
Kelly ugly.
he is ugly as
But
hell.
he's
That nigga
rich.
rich,
Yeah,
bro.
he's
rich.
So the shorty I was crashing,
Hey,
it
that
was
dollar.
like, let's see, if she was not that bad, like she was bad. So like, if she wasn't that bad, I like, maybe at the age I would have been like, yeah, maybe I probably shouldn't be fucking, like I'm sneaking around, I'm smashing her, like I probably shouldn't be doing that. But she was bad. So like, these shorties are just looking at, oh, this nigga's rich and he's giving me everything I want, pretty much. Like, they just have to stay in the house or whatever they had to do. They was like in war. What they do? They had to do something.
They had to do like hella
Yeah,
sex shit.
yeah. But it was. But what I'm saying is the reason I'm not on them
Side.
as much is just because, like I said, you go ahead and say what you say. I'm just saying, from when I was 16, bro, older shorties was trapping me. They was confusing me. Like the girl, like I wasn't drinking at this age. Shorties was giving me alcohol.
Yeah.
They was getting me drunk. and I
That
was
shit right
blasting
there. That shit wrong. That shit. Even though I ain't gonna lie, niggas would be like, oh,
Niggas is like,
good.
look,
I'm
I'm
saying
sorry.
niggas versus
Keep it,
females.
but that's hold up. Let me keep it a real show. It's most niggas versus females. Preach no, yo. Like I'm not no.
Baby, I don't know a daggone thing.
No, this is not preach no.
Hey, look!
Sorry, not that.
Look!
Hey,
Hey!
this.
Hey! Look,
He
real
said,
quick!
"Preach no."
Look, preach, don't know none of that.
Look.
Everybody got to over 30, mama, grandma. How y'all doing?
Preach. Look, you know this. Is that it affected me like
In the house, baby.
definitely different than I think it would affect a typical nigga. Like I was kind of fucked up over like some shit like this. Like whether it was over the shorty, whether it was over like the type of like
like the
situation.
girls.
But yeah, I mean, look, you
like
know.
the girls I talk to now are nothing like you know what I'm saying, how old
Yeah.
these shorties were. Like you know what I'm saying, it messed me up in a sense where I'm just different because of it. Like I don't mess with shorties my age for real. Like you know what I'm saying, because I'm just not like
You got introduced to that.
yeah
You got
early like
And,
early.
that's
so
what
I
I'm
was-
saying. And
so-
that's where
that's
you
where
have to look at it. And that's the
Each
thing with
step.
AB. You a sexual.
Go
right
right
now.
Can I go to A? Go ahead.
No,
wanna
I
say
mean,
something
I'm just
about AB.
saying, R. Kelly, AB. One's a sexual assault is the charge he's on.
Yeah.
That's a predator.
That's perfect.
No.
I don't care where you categorize it in
Yeah.
your head.
Yeah.
When you don't take consent,
I know what
you
you're
are
saying.
now predator. You are a predator. R. Kelly. Some of these girls didn't have to say yes. They were introduced to that.
I
That's-
also blame the parents for that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, definitely.
You had parents, mom and dad,
Yeah.
leaving their kids
Yeah.
on the stage.
Bro.
So you
Yeah.
you gotta understand the cycle.
The age thing, you know what I'm saying, and I definitely agree with like
I
men,
mean,
different,
and
like,
it's real.
general men, most typical
They
niggas
gon-
like they're gonna
They
be like,
oh, that's
yeah,
cool.
like bad.
But
Like I
at the
just
same time, you know, it does fuck you up later on in life. Like,
that's
you
where
just
I
don't- you
realized
don't
I
see
didn't
right
see
there.
it then
Yeah.
until I was like 18, 20, or 19. Like
when I was watching the documentary,
real.
bro, I was seeing the
Yeah.
the tears that was coming out them girls' eyes. Those were real tears, nigga. Cause
Yeah.
besides that one bitch, it was,
Sometimes.
the blonde hair.
I didn't see it. I didn't see it.
It
I
was
didn't see
hard.
it. You know what I'm talking about?
First of all, I watched the second episode. I didn't have time for that
I didn't watch it all. I
Oh,
can't
it was Aaliyah's auntie.
Word.
That bitch was lying, bro. Cause how you bring your fucking daughter around a known predator and then and they was all alone all the time, bro. And she was sitting there with crocodile tears, bro. That bitch, that bitch lying. Like even now, like I can still see how certain shit like that affects my mom. Like just like over trying to be assertive or trying to stand up for herself. It fucks you. It fucks you up even if you don't know it now.
I got family like that too, you know. And it's just like bro was saying is going back to like taking a look at everything. All of it, like it's like say taking a look at the fact that R. Kelly was a victim first, and then taking a look at, you know what I'm saying?
Because the person that fucked with my people,
Yeah.
what got fucked with too, like they something happened to them.
Exactly.
So like it's just a cycle, bro.
And then that's the thing. Here's
What I was
go ahead. No,
I was
you
gonna say
you finish.
I was real quick about the AB thing. I just want to take this back, and I'm not. Trust me, I ain't saying that for AB. I'm from nigga 412, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
He's from the bird.
We don't fuck with AB. Also look at like the allegation thing is going back to what you're saying. It's like, how do you take him off his job if it's just an allegation? You also break it down. The whole situation is the first person to file a lawsuit against him was a civil law. She just wanted his money. Like it wasn't even. It's not even about. She didn't care about if he got fed or not. She just wanted some cheese.
Bro.
So you look at that too. It's like. So, you know what I'm saying? I just look at everything. That's
Shit
what I'm
like
saying.
that,
That's a small thing that I want to throw that out there is like, I just feel like you really should take everything into account. Not like I said, I don't know what bro did. I wasn't there. But take everything into account.
And here's the other
I take
thing.
everything.
And that, here's another thing. And this is why I be having deep conversations with people in the school hall. And y'all keep yelling at me like I don't know what's that. Here's the thing. You can pick your side or you can stay neutral. Shout out public speaking. They're choosing us how to defend both sides and make a stasis throughout the noise. What is the real thing? What is throughout all of that noise? You know, allegation, getting suspended through that's where I really look at the stasis. What in the hell is really the problem? Through all of that noise, when we get to AB, when we get to AB the individual, there is a real problem that because of all the noise, every time Michael Jackson, R. Kelly, Chris Brown, I mean, you go through every celebrity that goes through that medium circle. We didn't miss the real problem because the noise and took us all the way over here. Kaepernick, he kneeled for police brutality. We got through all the noise of you not a citizen, you disrespect America, you black, he blackballing, he disrespecting the NFL. So we forgot there was 2 kids who got shot with their hands up while he was kneeling.
Exactly.
Government, and I don't blame every government political figure that got up there and said the NFL because they done got sold too. But it only takes one noisemaker to get that whole ball rolling to where you will miss the real problem. So, what's the real problem, people?
What I was going to say is people just assume that they're already guilty straight off the bat by reading it. Mm-hmm. It's just assumptions. You got to remember this is allegations. You don't know if they actually did this.
Y'all remember, bro? Y'all remember, bro, that got locked up for 8 years and he didn't even do it? Football player. He got moved now, but bro, that's only one story. There's many. There's like hella like that.
They're portrayed as a predator off rip.
That's why it's so hard trying to believe. Like even if they get guilty, it's sometimes like you got these people coming back like, oh, that really never happened, and they end up we end up finding out, oh shit, damn, we just ruined their whole life.
I mean, you say this ain't new. Go back to. Right before, let's go back to Emmett Till. Right before the woman's deathbed, 2 years about. She admitted. But
for no reason.
But no,
her own heart.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a reason.
Yeah,
it's a reason.
Because the Lord says once you what's it called? You confess out loud in words. It helps you to be clear.
And don't get me wrong. I heard the greatest response to that. At least she didn't die with the secret.
Period.
Yeah.
I'm not there for doing it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not.
No matter what, even if he did wink at a fucking white bitch.
Bro, man, the whole shit.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Why does it matter, bro? That's my thing.
And don't get me wrong, but in the system, bro, in the top, this little nigga just winked at my wife. He must die.
You killed a
little crucial.
Going back to what you're saying, though, basically is what you're saying though is that.
There's some noise.
There's always noise and everything, and like you never know exactly what is real, and that's kind of like why I do typically just keeping it being like y'all got me at Now, I don't even talk about stuff like that. Like, just because, look, it's hard. It's so hard because you don't know. Like, keeping it being, I know so many women that have been through sexual assault. So, like, but I'm a man that knows women lie. So it puts me in this
you got a dilemma.
fucked up position.
Yeah.
So anytime a girl or any situation comes up, I don't ever want to put an opinion because women lie, men lie. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather just let it all come out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But and maybe this, right, and that's it. And that's what I want to say. And look, this is honest show. At the end of the day, judgment gonna be met. So all you people who think y'all get away with the hatred, all these people that think they get away with treating his people like they are beneath them, they are God themselves. All the hatred in this world, you will answer to it. You may not answer to it while you breathing to know it, but after that flesh comes your judgment. When I lay my head down, I'm like, Lord, please, whatever I've done, if I've led astray, if I've lied, if I've done anything wrong, Lord, take it to my head, not my heart. But you gotta have a heart to grow. You gotta have a heart to love, and you gotta have a heart that if you have done wrong, take that L to the chin, and pray for another day to get it right. Russ got a song lyric. Ain't nothing wrong with trying to do right, even if you don't make it, seriously. But to sum this up, you know what I'm saying?
Summing AB up is that basically what you just said. Is like everything. I ain't gonna cap. Like I still I know like AB. At least I know in his sense, he been posting a lot of like this nigga posts a lot of like Nipsey got like
yeah. I mean the man enrolled for class.
Like no. This is what I feel like he's doing right now. Is I feel like he's like playing victim. So like is what I say is this is like whatever L he took, like what you just said at the end is like, I feel like any L, no matter what it is, I pray to God that the allegations are not true, and just like whether it's just him taking the L and not playing in the league no more, whatever his situation is in his life, and losing Nikes, like stuff like that, is he needs to actually like stop playing victim with all that. He's playing victim on everything right now. He's like the rose against me. It's like, bro, you caused some of these things, so I just feel like take your L. You know what I'm saying, in these situation areas and just keep moving.
That shit, bro, that's the one that be like make me think like.
So, and I'm about to say,
you trying to make people feel
exactly.
No, even the player of that, even if you are a victim. I mean, and look, I bring back to where it starts, because this stuff is a trickle down effect. I think the most ignorant thing is to not be woke about why it is so ignorant now. It started ignorant.
What part of it?
I mean, all of it. The systematic of why black man's case is so quick, it's so long, it's so deviant, and so against the natural code.
They've been doing it since slavery time.
400+ years.
You get your foot cut off.
So much of it. Look, the congressman said something, and every black person got mad. There's no amount of money for us to reimburse every victim of slavery. People are like, that's bull. I'm like, no. Think of all the stuff they did. They probably don't got the money value to reimburse all the hatred, all the disease, all the corruption, all the rape, all the sexual assault. How about I'm just gonna take your wife? You don't even have money to put on the reimbursement for the mindset in which you tried to psychologically trap African American people in. I mean, slavery itself, sex slavery, all the stuff this country allows, the evil that this world can produce. I think that was our last topic, right? For this week. We come back next week. We gonna sum it up this way. Get your hearts and minds right for you enough to where when you lay down for your judgment, you satisfied. I'm nowhere near satisfied. Got a lot of work to do. I pray the good Lord see it fit to give me time to get the work as much done as I can. Because at the end of the day, judgment's coming.
Especially now, and especially recently, bro. All the shootings and shit that's been going on, bro.
It could be any day, any time. Bro,
we got shot at last Saturday.
Where's y'all at? Bloom?
Right in the corner.
We gonna have a talk.
No, I meant to call you. I meant to call you.
After this talk.
Yeah, that one shooting by Evolve. Nigga, we walked out the crib, bro. These niggas was right there. I'm talking about we looking at them laughing because they fighting. Like
I said I want to go see someone.
Oh, yeah, we was like, as soon as he said that, like, we walking the
Kids, don't think like that.
Yeah, don't think about
forgive me for
Take your keys and go back in the house.
So we walk
With your bad 5th grade. That's what's wrong with kids now. What we're going to do is, we're going to get out of your hair. We hope that y'all enjoy the rawness. We hope that y'all enjoy the realness. As you can see, what we bring to the table here is no smoke. It's literally, it's no smoke. We clear that smoke out, and we're going to really try to get to the bottom of all issues. We don't want to bring y'all no, goofy stuff. We want to bring y'all some stuff that never gets
goofy
brought.
niggas, for sure.
Right.
But
never gets talked to the conversation. Never brought to the dinner table. Never brought. Because I'm gonna say this. I was raised somewhat, not a whole lot, but some things was like what goes on in my house stays in my house. If what goes on in your house is hurting you or putting you behind or not letting you be progressive, not growing you as an individual, you need to go somewhere where you can get that stuff out of you.
Up to that.
You produce what you are around. You are who you hang around, which is why these individuals might not be who I hang around. No, I'm just playing. They some great individuals though. Look, we got Nico the Kid.
Ew,
we got TK.
What's good?
They got a mixtape dropping here soon called Lethal Weapon. Listen,
man.
y'all gotta go support. These are my brothers. I've watched them work. They some of the greatest doing it, man. These individuals, all the hard work and time they've put into making this possible. I hope I've contributed, just as much as trying to make this all fly. We want to thank y'all. We want to say God bless you.
That Lethal Weapon, it drop on Saturday. I'm saying next Saturday. Matter of fact, what's the date? It's 27th. So it is. So next Saturday, whatever, the 27th plus another 7 days.
No, the 27th.
Just check out Lethal Weapon. Produced fully by my man PK,
Woo.
Nico the Kid. I mean, not Nico the Kid. Lil Natty on the tape. You know what I'm saying? Lil Nug on the tape. We got Camo Glizzy, Almighty Foe, possibly Ray Alyssa, possibly Ken 16. We got a lot of features. We got a lot of hot shit. You know what I'm saying? Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, whatever you got, SoundCloud, YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Streaming service coming to you.
Stream service coming towards you.
We're going to be having No Smoke every Friday at 4:20 every week.
4:20.
You will see it. You will see it live. You know what I'm saying? All of these smoking materials, mama, they fake.
They fake, mama.
They fake. I got a pipe. I put water in this, John. I was just
Shout out No Smoke, man.
Hey, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Black Wall, you know?